fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at two figures from the Fortnite 4-inch line of figures from Jazwares. We have Summer Drift and Grave Feather. So these guys look pretty fantastic. I'm really excited for these. We have number 185, and then this is number 183. I really like this new style of packaging. It's so much easier to open, and I just think the white brightens everything up. I know we've had it for a little bit now, but I still just really like this style of packaging. Over here on the back, we have a look at some of the other figures that are available. Previously, I have already reviewed these three, so I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one. And yeah, same ones over here. So really excited for these. I'm going to go ahead and get them out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here are the two figures out of the packaging. We'll start over here with Grave Feather. It's such a unique design, and they did a really great job of replicating that here. Obviously, this is all unique pieces. They couldn't really reuse anything. Now, I think he's supposed to have some kind of paint on this visor here for his eyes. I don't know if that's something that was missed on all of them or just on mine. I'm not really sure. But even still, just all of this detail here with this kind of robotic skeleton. You can see you have the spine there, and that has a ball joint, so you can move that all around. And then all the kind of tattered cloth. Just really cool. All the little feathers and everything. It's a really neat design. So the head is on kind of a ball joint. You can't really move it around all that much, but it can certainly go side to side. Go forward a little bit, because I think there's a hinge in there as well. Can't really tilt side to side all that much. You have a hinge here in the shoulder. You have a hinge, ratcheting hinge in the elbow as well. They're really tight, solid joints. Rotation there. You have a hinge and a rotation in the wrist. You have that ball joint I mentioned there at the base of the spinal column. You have all of this kind of softer plastic for the cloth. Now, I will say the hips on mine are a little loose. It's not a huge problem. And then the skirt does kind of hinder the articulation of the waist joints. Or not the waist, the hips. I believe he has a thigh swivel as well, but I can't tell for sure. He does have a swivel here just below the knee, so maybe he doesn't have a thigh swivel, and that's why they put that in, which is very possible. And then he's got the typical hinge. It's very tight in the ankle here, as well as a rocker side to side. So it's a really neat, intricate design, and I think they did a really great job with it. You can see he has this pickaxe weapon here. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be, but I do like the bright blue feathers. I think that looks really cool. So all in all, it's a really neat figure because it's a very intricate and unique design, and all of the robot pieces look really cool. They're all really well done. I will say I sometimes have difficulty getting him to stand because his feet are so tiny and because the hips are a little loose. But all in all, I still think it's a really cool looking figure. Let's see if I can get him to stand. It's all about just kind of finding the right balance of the weight, especially with that really thin waist that he has there. Next up, we have Summer Drift. This guy's kind of a more traditional looking figure, but I love the design. I love the kind of Hawaiian shirt and the shorts here. He's even got little flip-flops down here. Pretty much all the same articulation. You have the hinge in the neck, so you can look up and down. Then you have a side-to-side swivel there. Tilt a little bit side to side. He's got the hinge and the rotation in the shoulder. He has got the hinge and the rotation in the elbow and in the wrist as well. He's got that ball joint there in the diaphragm. I think he also has a waist swivel, but it's a little difficult to get at it. Maybe he must, because it's a little off center here. It's a little difficult to grab because he does have his kitsune fox mask there, which looks absolutely fantastic. I love that on the back as an accessory. It's got the thigh swivel, ball joint in the hips. He has got double jointed knees, and then he's got the same hinge and rocker in the ankles. But just a really fun design. I think this guy looks really cool. Even the pickaxes that he comes with are really nicely detailed and painted. They look phenomenal. You can see all of the paint on like the back of the gloves and the shorts and the Hawaiian shirt. He's even got his little necklace there. And I love the mohawk. I think that looks really good as well. So these are just two really phenomenal figures. Really nicely detailed and painted. Great articulation. Like I always say, Jazwares is really crushing it with these 4-inch figures. and these two are no exception. The only thing I would even slightly complain about is the fact that I think some paint applications are missing for the eyes on this guy, and the feet are a little hard to stand just because of how tiny they are, and the fact that the hips are just the tiniest little bit loose. But otherwise, these are both really cool. If you see these in the wild, I would definitely recommend adding them to your collection. Yeah, not really too much to complain about. Very minor little nitpicks. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.